It looks like all right, we're into it. So I'll try to explain this as best as I can. This is actually on the same game that we just played on for Panel to Pawn. If you guys are unfamiliar, this game itself is called Nintendo Puzzle Collection, and it has Panel to Pawn, Dr. Mario, and Yoshi's Cookie on it. It was a Japanese-only release, mostly because a lot of these games did not come out in the previous gen console. Like, there's a Dr. Mario 64, there's Pokemon Puzzle League, which was Panel to Pawn. Both of them were English releases only. Japan never got releases for them. So this was kind of like the makeup for that, pretty much. Except for Yoshi's Cookie, which just, I believe, this was pretty much the second release of the game. It came out on NES and SNES, I think, at the same time, and didn't see a return until GameCube. This game is it's a very unique game, though. This is probably one of the hidden gems from Nintendo's puzzle collection here. I'm glad we're going to get to see it today. We are going to be doing story mode easy. And you're seeing a little bit of the demo play right now. These 5x5 boards are going to be pretty consistent. And so, what is a good comparison to this? You know those slide puzzles where you kind of like, you just like move one row pretty much at a time. Imagine a slide puzzle, but there's no boundaries on the sides, so you just rotate or you slide rows and columns up and down, and they can wrap over to the other side. And the main mechanic in this game is going to be clearing 5 of those in a row. If you get 5 of the same cookie in a row, it's going to clear that row. And in typical puzzle fashion, there are chains in this. And if you can set it up to, like, once you clear 5 in a row, let's say you do that vertically. If it happens to be 4 in a row pop horizontally after that, it'll keep chaining over and over, and it's going to give you more points on your board pretty much. So we have Konkuu who's running this. Very good runner of this game. I think pretty much has all the world records for this. We're going to be doing easy mode here. It's going to be 7 stages, I believe. I think the beginning stages, it's just going to be win 1 round and move on. But some of the later stages, it's going to be winning 2 or 3 rounds. And you'll be able to tell by the star at the top, or the crown, rather. But Yoshi's Cookie is a very cool game. So here you go. You see all the different patterns that you have. You can lock a row in place by holding A, and it's going to lock that row or column, and then you can move in a row. You already see he got those 2 up at the top, and all of a sudden just got a full clear there. Your score is counted in the middle there. When your bars reach all the way to the top, that means you win the match. And if you're setting up chains kind of like how Konku's doing here, perfect. Both those 5 horizontals and all those 4s lined up at the bottom. I can't even fathom how to do this very quickly. But essentially, like, every clear you do is going to give you a little bar. And if you keep chaining more and more, it's going to give you, like, bonus multipliers for the bars. This is another game like Wario's Woods earlier, where I cannot get a certain grasp on how players do this very quickly. But they're so efficient with how they're setting it up. We're seeing right now Konkuu again looking for that 5 clear and setting up everything else. We're going to see that 3 at the top, the 4s, the 2, all the way around there. Another, I'll just dub it perfect clear. Probably that's another name for it. But one thing that we're not seeing a lot of right now, because Konku's just focusing on getting all these clears and beating the stage as much as we can. You see the text above the playing field. It says like "calm slave." It says like 1 player plus 3 there. Those are actually attacks you can do to your opponent. I'll be honest, I don't know what exactly triggers when you send those attacks. There's something with the circle and the X that does it. But essentially, when you do a clear and send it to your opponent, the calm -3 knocks 3 off of them. The panic, I believe, like, just shakes your board for a little bit and you're not able to act. the blind it covers up the 3x3 grid in the middle, which the panels still exist there, but you can't see them, so you kind of gotta like memorize them. Oh, okay, cool. Mikon says in chat, thank you for that. The X or the O means it's good or bad for you, which I should say, yes. If you're not paying attention, you can actually hit one of the power-ups onto yourself, which might not be as good. But right now, the power-ups aren't even mattering too much, because we're just seeing these like 2 clears in a row here. Konkuu is just knocking this off so quickly right now. We're already halfway through this run. Well, just about halfway. Fighting Boo now. I don't even know the actual character lineup for this game. Man, that was such a quick setup there. Got the 4 and then the 3s there. What do we have at this stage? Is that 5 unique cookies, it looks like? Yeah, I'm pretty in awe at how quickly Konkuu can do these clears. It's like, it's so consistent too. Has not missed. It's just been 2 of those back-to-back wins the stage. Already on stage 5 here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the main strat that we see throughout the entirety of this too. It's worth mentioning this game in general has I think 3 popular modes that you can play. One of them being a puzzle mode, which, like we mentioned in Panel de Pon before this game happened, it gives you a specific number of moves to do, and you try to solve it and clear it, and then you move on to the next one. And then there's also what's called classic mode, which gives you like just this big grid, and you might start off with like a 4x4 or 5x5 and clear them off, and it just gradually sends you like more cookies, and your grid can get bigger and bigger. But I think the versus mode was probably one of the most popular people like to play. I remember what GDQ, SGDQ 2018, we had a tournament for this actually. That a pretty good turnout for it. Alright, we saw one of the first not a perfect clear there. Easy follow-up to get this win now, though. But there you go. You saw the question marks that were blocking the CPU side there. Probably not going to do too much for the CPU. I'm sure they they're programmed to like not be bothered too much by that. Though it is easy mode, so they're not doing much to begin with here. Besides just like 5 clears. Alrighty. Just some quick clears here, I guess. Probably not having the optimal setups here. I have noticed the cookies are a little bit more sparse here, but now we're cooking up something big here. We could be having a really big clear here. Maybe not as intentional, but there we go. We got a nice chain there. We're going to have those cookies lined up here pretty soon. Get an attack off here. A com -3. Take a little bit off the board there. But yeah, there's the attack right back there. As you can see, Konkuu is unable to act just for a little bit there. Easy mode, that's not going to bother you too much, but those little things definitely can end your run in world record attempts for sure. Waiting just a little bit to do that, to not hinder yourself there. Gets the -3 on the opponent as well right there. Yeah, I guess I'd have to look into this because it seemed like those earlier stages just came a lot easier. Though as soon as I say that, we got this nice little perfect clear here. Konkuu kicking butt once again.
実は、このゲームですね、ストーリーとしてが一応ありまして、はい。
And I think now we are getting like the first of 3 wins here. I thought those were displayed at the top. The crowns. I'm probably missing something here though. Nice. This is going to clear everything. Oh, I thought it was actually. It's going to leave those 3 at the bottom there. Give basically a brand new board there, but not going to be as quick of a kill as konkuu was hoping for. I don't think I mentioned the slave power-up. That one's one of my favorite ones, actually. If you do activate that on your opponent, you control their cursor. So you're controlling your own cursor and their cursor at the same time. Which, if you're pretty good at multitasking, I think it's a pretty cool tool in versus environment. I believe, like, in 4-player, or even this, I don't know if I've seen it yet, you can get, like, -7s that pop up as some of the power-ups, too. Those are just deadly. Nice little chain there. That should be enough. Oh, yeah, definitely enough. That's everything off the board. And just like that, we are on stage 7. This is the final mode. We got Bowser. This is going to be first of 3 wins here. And this will cap off this run. Man, Bowser doing a 3-chain himself right now. Wonder how common that is for him to kind of be popping off that well. Here comes the perfect clear from konkuu. Very nice start. Can get another one of those. This is going to be a quick stage. The Game Boy version could use the 4-player adapter for this. Really, I assume, did it show like only your play field on it, or like the other playing field's really small? Because I imagine you couldn't do too much on it. But that is cool. I love seeing like some of the stuff that you could do with the Game Boy adapter when it came to puzzle games. Because you could also do that with the Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Maybe like Dr. Mario. I'm not 100% sure with that. Yeah, that's interesting. I know you can do 4-player for sure on this mode, which it's very chaotic. It's pretty much random, at least I assume, for which power-ups go to each person. It always highlights, though, with the colors who it's going to go to. Nice perfect clear again from konkuu, by the way. 1 win away from finishing this off. But yeah, this game's crazy. It's like, it's kind of simple, but I don't know. It's really hard to get a grasp of how to like set these up efficiently like konkuu does here. Because I would always just incidental clear and like just get nothing on the way there. But konkuu, look at that. The vision, like, that was so deep too. Because I didn't even see that as he was doing it. How that was going to turn into a perfect clear down there. But they're just cruising. 1 more perfect clear away, and this should do it. It's going to knock out Bowser. Last stage, 3 wins there, and time 10:56. Very solid run. He got caught up a little bit, like around 5 and 6, but like that beginning and the end, it was just so clean, and I couldn't get anywhere near the level of talent. Connor, the slave is one of the power-ups that you can use, and it pretty much you control what your opponent's cursor is. You can control, that's one of them. You can like blind them, and then you can like stun them pretty much for like 5 seconds. Those are some of the main power-ups, or take points or give points to them. But yeah, that's pretty much Yoshi's Cookie. I'm sorry, I'm not the best. Yoshi's Cookie is definitely not my expertise, but it is a game that I like. I wish I could tell you more information on it. Konkuu does stream on Twitch, though, as you can see his name there. If you do like this game, follow him. Check out the speedrun.com leaderboards for it. This game's available on NES, SNES, and Nintendo Puzzle Collection on GameCube. I don't think it's on any of the Switch libraries. I could be wrong. It might be on the NES one. But check out this game. I think this is a pretty easy one to get into too. Maybe hard to master, but Yoshi's Cookie is super fun. Oh, the music in this game is great. I would totally recommend it. There's like one of the versus tracks on SNES I like would play on loop because it was just so good. Anyways, though, we are almost done with the puzzle block here. It's been super fun. We're gonna probably saving the best for last here. We got a Tetris showcase, some of the best players in the world doing NES Tetris. I believe they're just doing an hour showcase to see who can get the highest score. It's gonna be crazy. Like the ceiling for Tetris gameplay it's absurd. I recommend staying tuned for that. Also, if you guys don't know, if you haven't checked out RTA In Japan, the mainstream that's on Twitch, they are raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So if you guys do want to drop a donation there, you can find some information how to do so on that channel. Anyways, I'm going to mute for just a second here and find out something.
まだ自分の方もまだこれで記録詰めれたと思っているところ、もうちょっと詰めれるかなと思ってたりもするので、まだまだ挑戦していければと思います。はい。というわけで続いてはですね、パズルゲームゾーン最後になります。テトリスのスコアタックの方へバトンをつなぎたいと思います。はい。ヨッシーのクッキーの RT 奏者、コンクーでございました。引き続き RT In Japan インター2021お楽しみください。ありがとうございました。
Alrighty, well, that's going to be it for me. I definitely recommend, like I said, once again, stick around for Tetris. It's going to be a great showcase. We got some really good commentators for that too. I'm going to be chilling in the chat watching that myself. Puzzle games are great. If you haven't played any of these like old arcade puzzlers, I'd definitely give it a try. Tetris is still huge right now. The Puzzle League community is growing bigger and bigger. Puyo Puyo is huge as well. They have like a Japanese professional scene for it. Just play some puzzle games. They're fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,